The moment you engage with certain people, you lose. Not the argument, your clarity, your focus, your peace. All of it gone, in exchange for nothing. Some people don't come to connect. They come to consume your energy, your attention, your mental space. And every time you engage, you feed them exactly what they came for. Here's what most people never understand about toxic engagement. It's not the person that damages you. It's the attention you give them. Attention is the resource. And once you give it, you can't get it back. Someone criticizes you online. You respond. Now you're thinking about them at 2 a.m., replaying the exchange, crafting better responses in your head. Meanwhile, they moved on an hour ago. You're trapped in a conversation they already forgot. That's the cost of engagement, not the conflict, the mental occupation afterward. At work, this destroys people quietly. A colleague makes a passive-aggressive comment. You spend the rest of the day processing it. Lose focus on actual work. Perform worse. Feel worse. And the person who made the comment already moved on. Your reaction was their entire goal. They got it. You paid for it. In relationships, this is even more devastating. Someone consistently does things that provoke you. Small things, calculated things, designed to get a reaction. And every time you react, you confirm the strategy works. So they repeat it, slightly escalated. Because you just taught them, this is how I get your attention. This is how I control your emotional state. This is how I matter to you. Your reaction is their power source. Cut the reaction. You cut the power. On social media, this is weaponized at scale. Every response is fuel. Every reaction is engagement. Every emotional reply is proof that they can reach you. And people who can reach you own a piece of your mind. Marcus Aurelius faced senators who undermined him, advisors who manipulated him, critics who attacked him daily. He wrote about it privately, ignored almost all of it publicly. Not because he didn't notice, because he understood one thing. Responding to every provocation is expensive entertainment for people who don't matter. He refused to pay. Tell me in the comments, who takes the most mental space in your life right now? Someone at work, online, or in your personal life? Stay until the end, because I'm going to show you exactly why ignoring certain people isn't avoidance. It's the highest form of self-protection available. Let me show you exactly what engagement costs, and why ignoring protects more than you realize. First, engagement confirms you can be reached. This is the mechanism most people miss. When you respond to provocation, you send one clear signal. This works on me. And once someone knows what works on you, they never stop using it. The colleague who makes cutting comments in meetings. You've responded defensively twice. Now they know the formula. Comment plus your defensiveness equals they look composed. You look reactive. They'll use it every time something important is at stake, because you confirmed it works. Ignore it once, they get nothing. Ignore it consistently, they stop trying, because provocateurs need confirmation. Without it, they move on to someone more responsive. Second, every response costs you cognitive resources. Your brain has a finite amount of processing power each day. Every interaction consumes some of it. High-value interactions, deep work, meaningful relationships, real problems deserve that resource. Low-value interactions, provocateurs, trolls, energy vampires, do not. But your brain doesn't discriminate. It processes whatever you give it. At work, I've watched people lose entire days to minor interpersonal conflicts, not because the conflict was serious, because they kept feeding it mental attention. The conflict itself took 5 minutes. The mental processing took 8 hours. That's not the conflict's cost. That's the cost of engagement. Third, Ignoring resets the power dynamic instantly. Here's what nobody tells you about ignoring people who provoke you. It's not passive. It's the most active power move available. Because provocation is a request. They're asking for your attention, your reaction, your emotional investment, and ignoring is a flat refusal. No explanation, no justification, just denied. That denial communicates something devastating. You don't matter enough to disturb my peace. Not as an insult, as a fact, and facts are harder to argue with than emotions. In relationships, when you stop reacting to manufactured drama, the person creating it loses their tool. They can't escalate what you won't engage, can't control what you won't react to, can't reach someone who is genuinely disengaged. That loss of access is more powerful than any argument you could win. Fourth, mental silence is a competitive advantage. While you're processing other people's provocations, someone else is focused on their actual goals. I know someone who built a business from scratch in 18 months. I asked what his secret was. He said, "I stopped arguing with people online, stopped processing drama at work, stopped letting the wrong people occupy my thinking time, and used those hours to build instead." Same 24 hours as everyone else. Different allocation. People who achieve significant things aren't mentally stronger. They're mentally cleaner. They've eliminated the noise, the provocateurs, the drama creators, the attention extractors, all denied access, not through confrontation, through consistent, deliberate ignoring. Your focus is finite. What you give it to becomes your life. If someone is living rent-free in your mind right now, subscribe. Because what comes next is how to evict them permanently. Here's how to ignore people in a way that actually protects your mind. First, distinguish between ignoring and suppressing. Ignoring is not pretending the person doesn't affect you. That's suppression, and suppression creates pressure that eventually explodes. Real ignoring is a decision, conscious, deliberate. This person and this situation do not deserve my mental resources. Made in advance, before the provocation arrives. So when it does, you're not reacting in the moment. You're executing a prior decision. That distinction is everything. Reaction is emotional. Execution is strategic. Second, remove access before you need willpower. Willpower is unreliable. Don't depend on it. If someone consistently provokes you online, mute, block, remove. Not in anger. Just as resource management, you don't need to see everything. You don't need to be available to everyone. If someone at work consistently drains you, minimize contact. Fewer interactions, shorter responses, less access. The goal isn't punishment, it's protection. Third, replace the mental space immediately. When you stop giving someone your attention, your brain will try to fill that space with them anyway. Old habit, interrupt it deliberately. The moment you catch yourself processing someone who doesn't deserve it, redirect immediately to a specific task, a specific goal, a specific person who matters. Don't just remove the noise. Replace it with signal. An empty mind doesn't stay empty. Fill it before something unworthy does. Fourth, stop explaining you're ignoring. This is where most people fail. They start ignoring someone correctly, then feel the need to explain it. I'm just setting boundaries. I've decided not to engage. I need space from this dynamic. Every explanation is engagement. Every announcement of your ignoring is attention to the thing you're trying to ignore. Just stop. No announcement, no explanation, no confrontation, just reduced access. Gradually, silently, permanently. Fifth, measure your mind by what's in it. At the end of each day, ask, who occupied my mental space today? Did they deserve it? Did thinking about them produce anything useful? Or did it just cost me? If the answer is cost with no return, that person has too much access. Reduce it tomorrow. I started doing this audit 6 months ago. 3 people who used to occupy massive mental space no longer register. Not because they changed, because I stopped allocating. The space they occupied now belongs to work that actually matters. Final truth: ignoring certain people isn't weakness. It's not avoidance. It's not fear. It's the recognition that your mental space is the most valuable real estate you own, and you get to decide who lives there. Most people let anyone in. Every provocateur, every critic, every drama creator, all given keys, all occupying space, all consuming resources that belong to something real. Stop giving out keys only to people who add something, who deserve the space they'd occupy, who make your mind cleaner, not noisier. Everyone else, the door stays closed. Not with anger, not with explanation, just closed, quietly, permanently. And behind that closed door, silence, focus, clarity. The kind that only comes when you've stopped letting the wrong people live inside your head. That silence is not emptiness. It's the sound of a mind that belongs entirely to you.